Welcome back to another episode of Industry Champions. I'm Steve Strum. I have an opportunity to have a conversation today with Christine from Clear Acceleration. Thank you for joining the program today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I appreciate the opportunity to hear more about who you are, being in the industry of champions of finding clients. Right. Outside of being a TV show host, I also do a lot of work as a partner in a wealth management company, and finding that client is always like the magic elixir. And whether you're in the financial services industry, a construction-based industry, a service-based industry, tell us a little bit about what you do to help me as a business owner find that next client.
So we play at the real foundation level of business. What is actually a customer? When are they a decision maker? How do you spot that pattern? How do you move them from I'm curious to I trust you? Can I invest with you? And the third thing is that we really help people, particularly people like you in the services industry, be seen as somebody who's trustworthy, that is to hire today, not just someday I'll solve this problem. So we help with the foundations of business so that our clients move beyond referrals to predictable income. They know what to do, when to do it, why to do it, how to do it. And guess what? They win predictably.
I was actually just having this conversation not 24 hours ago with a young gentleman that I mentor in the financial services industry. And, it is just so hard to get your name, and not just if you're just starting out, but just, as an ongoing concern, to get your name to a person at the time by which that person needs you. But then today, especially with all of the things that you have going on, how do you know that that person is a trusted resource in their discipline of professional services? Can you walk us through a little bit about like how you do that? I mean, obviously it's the magic elixir by which people should probably reach out to you and to find out more, but in the world where there's so much noise, how do you get that across to a person so they're like, you know what, I need this guy?
So the first thing you've got to really understand is that you get hired for your opinion. So people are looking for the way you see the world with your experience, your lens. You are one in 8 billion people. So I think the biggest danger we face right now, why people find it so hard, is you're buying into the complexity AI is creating, and they're making you into content creators, which you're not. And I say, what if relationships were the key to this? And what if you just had to be you to win business? Everyone says, okay, that sounds easy. It's actually quite hard. And what I say to people is you have got to recognize that your job is to recognize strangers are the name of the business. You have to get in front of more people, more ways, more often. But the simplest way to do it is to show up in a room and say, this is what I stand for. This is what I'm capable of. Here is how I'm credible, which is typically client testimonials or lived experience that you can showcase. And people say, but are you a real human who will take my phone call? Because right now, truthfully, if you can do that, you will be very, very well sought after in the marketplace because people are hiding behind technology. And I think relationships and a handshake are still the biggest ways to compete, the biggest way to win predictable business. And you can do that right now.
You took the words right out of my mouth. We're living in the future, right? I mean, it is by many accounts, we are in the fourth industrial revolution. I mean, you had the original industrial revolution, which was inventing the cotton gin, the steam engine, and then you had the second one, which was the assembly line. You and I grew up in the third one, which is the advent of computer technology and how that's kind of changed the landscape of business, and now we have this AI. Where do you see AI being a helper or a detractor as I'm trying to find the client? And how are you staying ahead of that curve? Because that stuff's like updating like every day. You don't like something about something, go look later on in the day and it's probably changed. What are you doing to help people stay front of mind, relevant, using AI where appropriate, but then also to your point, having that handshake? And of course, in 2026, oftentimes it's a digital handshake, right? You don't actually necessarily press the flesh as much as you used to. But how are you dealing with that changing environment for your clients?
Well, the first thing I tell my clients is do not ask AI what your opinion is, because it will give you the aggregate of every mediocre answer and it will tell you exactly what you want to hear. So I think the first thing, use AI to help you structure processes, to help you see gaps in ways that you could handle a conversation maybe more effectively, because AI is great at effectiveness, but it will always have a million different variables. I think what I heard the other month, which I thought was so accurate, was that in rooms, real physical rooms are the new internet. you actually do have to have a approach which is both digital and really actually get out behind the screen, stop being a keyboard warrior, and go meet people in real life, because it's through real conversations that are not scripted, that are not polished, that are not edited out the wazoo, that people go, wow, you're really you. And I made a decision in my business 5 years ago that we would not build based on tech and ad budgets and sizzle. We would be built on foundations. And so, what does that really mean for our clients? We actually are really accessible. So, where AI can help you with systems, if you can't get off the train to get a phone number to talk to a real human being who is responsive, you've already lost the business. And so I think we have to really remind our business owners today, old school is the best way to work today. Don't let AI scale a broken system. You've got to actually talk to people to understand how to stand out.
Well, that's, what's old is old is new again, right? But
Yeah.
it's what's old is new, but new with the twist of the technology. I
Yeah.
could talk about this forever. It's just a fascinating concept. As we take it away, what would be that one thing that you'd love to leave our audience with about, like, you know what? I got to talk to Christine because of, I understood 10% of what they were babbling on about. But like, what's that
Mhm.
one thing that you would leave as a thought for them to consider you?
Well, the first thing I would say is, if you want to create your own predictability, and if you want to write your own paycheck, and you want to serve people who you can't wait to get out of bed to talk to serve, to support, and see results with, then you need to recognize that you must create the engine that fulfills. And so if you don't know how to do it, don't expect yourself to know how to do it. Knowledge is here, but it's the implementation that's the gap. We help people through simple programs, live events, and programs that will walk you step by step to step, so that you know what to do and when, and you can actually create that result. So the invitation is simple. If you want to create your stability, let's set you up for success and show you how to do that. We've worked with more than 400 companies, from solopreneurs, mom and pop shops, to freelancers, to some of the biggest companies on the planet. We know what's working right now. We'll show you how to do it, and then you can pick your lane and be great at it, because I guarantee you somebody today needs your services. Let's get you hired.
And let's get them to find you. Thank you so much for taking time to spend with us today. I really appreciate it. What we'll do is we'll make sure to hang all your stuff on our website, which is thedailynewsnetwork.com, because people can come check you out. And it was really great to spend some time with you. And as great as you are, without the people watching this, we don't have anything to do. So for all of the folks tuning in today, really appreciate you checking us out. Please go check out Christine's stuff on the website, thedailynewsnetwork.com. If you like this episode, share this episode, and remember to always live with gratitude.